Brian Arnall, our Extension Nutrient Management Specialist, joins us now. And Brian, it is dry and it is cold and it's definitely showing in the fields.
Yeah, right now we haven't had a lot of regions of the state have not had a lot of rain, and in upwards of 90 days in some regions, most of the wheat production area, and also the canola ground. So we're looking at, in a lot of areas, small wheat. We're looking at low soil moisture. Our long-range forecast is showing some moisture, but not much probability. And it's exceptionally cold. So right now we have a crop that's not doing much. It's just sitting there. And a lot of people are asking, what do we do about nitrogen? Well, my first response is, let's go ahead. If you don't have it out in enriched strip, it's not too late. Effectively, since it hasn't rained in 90 days, there's no difference of applying it 90 days ago and today. So go ahead and get those enriched strips out. That's 40 or 50 pounds of nitrogen above what's ever out in the field in a strip 10 foot wide by 100 foot long, or whatever you can walk. And this will really give us a great indication of what the crop will need when it comes out of dormancy and when it starts growing again. Now there's also the when do we apply and what do we apply if I don't have an enriched strip, or even if I do, because right now we aren't growing. I don't recommend applying anytime in the near future until we get a good chance of rain. The wheat's not growing, it's in dormancy right now, and just applying nitrogen now, if we get warm without rain, could add losses. Now, if you're really worried and you have a lot of acres to cover, you can go ahead and put out your nitrogen now. But the best case scenario is waiting for a rain to come, letting the crops start getting up and moving, and then put on nitrogen so you can take stock of where the wheat's at.
So that would be the most efficient approach.
That'd be the most efficient approach.
Even if you're waiting until after first hollow stem to do that?
I'd prefer us to get the nitrogen down before first hollow stem in a normal year, but if we haven't had rain and we don't really warm up, we haven't had a lot of growth. We've showed at OSU that you can apply nitrogen after first hollow stem and it'd be effectively taken up if it's shortly after first hollow stem. So that is still a good option to be the most efficient with that input.
Does it matter what source of nitrogen that we use for top dress this year?
In the current scenario that we're looking at, I have a little bit of a preference over UAN as streamer nozzles, especially in the conditions where we have cultivated fields and we have small wheat, that UAN will get into the soil right now. A little bit better than urea if it doesn't rain. If you can get it on in front of a good rain event, the source doesn't really matter at all. If you're going into no-till and you have a lot of crop residue, the preference would be to avoid broadcasting with a herbicide and going into streamers or using urea in that condition.
Let's talk about your new app. Tell us a little bit about that and what producers and users can expect.
So we've recently released a new app in iOS and we're working on the Android version. That name is Green Seeker N-Rate Calculator, and it's effectively the online sensor-based nitrogen rate calculator where we use the Green Seeker and N-Rate strip to make nitrogen rates. Now this app will have the wheat algorithm for both Oklahoma and the wheat algorithm for Kansas. It's already live. We'll be releasing the sorghum and corn algorithms in the very near future, along with the other algorithms as we build it up. And so this will be a one-stop shop on the app for all of the sensor-based nitrogen rate calculators, and we'll be building it through the time. But we've recently released iOS for the wheat algorithms.
So people can just go to the App Store and download it and take a look.
Go to iTunes or go to the DASNR website, which will have it up, which is, you can find it at the sunup.okstate.edu.
Okay, Brian, thanks a lot. And for a link to the new OSU app, just go to sunup.okstate.edu.